Hello Gemini, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your bonus reading for the first half of October. I hope you guys are doing well and thank you so much for being here and tuning in. This is a general reading as always, guys. It won't resonate with every single person. Please do take from this what makes sense for you and let the rest go. If you're interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below and I'll include a link to everything that you see here today, the card decks, the creators, okay? So let's dive right into this, Gemini. We're going to take a look at what Spirit needs you to know about your connection. We're going to be using these three decks to pull focus messages for you. The first is by Mystic Moon, Signs from Spirit, Love Oracle, and then we'll grab a message from this deck, Lost in Time Oracle by Calico Moon, and lastly by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot, Sacred Ancient Wisdom Oracle. All right, so I'm going to set these guys aside and we'll go ahead and see what your first focus message is from Spirit. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Gemini. And of course, this can be for cross watchers and anyone else who has been guided to tune in here today. All right, let's grab your first focus message here. I am guided to this one. Okay, we have Shark, Survival. Okay, so shark energy is not the easiest energy that I tap into. You might be dealing with somebody who comes towards you with this energy of a shark. I always think of a loan shark, somebody who's always hitting you up for money. But it could also be tapped into this energy of survival. So perhaps if money matters have been really challenging for you lately and you've had to borrow money from someone, that's just what I keep getting from that, but of course if you have your own interpretation of shark and survival, then take it for how it makes sense for you. All right, let's add to this to see how that all comes together. So let's grab one from the Lost in Time Oracle. So survival of the fittest, perhaps? Or maybe this is you just trying to survive day to day, whatever life is handing you right now. This one is definitely grabbing my attention. We have 444 coming through here. Foundations, stability, comfort, home. Okay, this also kind of reminds me of the Four of Wands, that very strong foundation that you're able to build with someone. Harmony, a happy home, a happy connection, even marriage, commitment, okay, stability basically. So we'll take a look and see how this plays a role in the overall messages that present itself here, Gemini. And the time 444 could also mean something to some of you. All right, so we'll have to add to that. Let's see what else. And lastly, we'll grab a message, excuse me, from the Sacred Ancient Wisdom Oracle here. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Gemini, if I can shuffle today. All right, there we go. Which one am I guided towards? Usually it jumps right at me, but I'm having to really assess this. Okay, let's grab this one. Ooh, Divine Masculine coming through. So if you're feminine watching for a masculine, perhaps there's a significant message that's presenting itself here based off of what else has come through here. That shark, survival, foundation, stability, comfort, and home. It could be the masculine who's struggling in these areas. Okay, so we're gonna have to add to this and see why that's coming through in that way. So it could be the Divine Masculine that's dealing with these things, okay? All right, guys. So let's dig a little bit deeper here. When it comes to the connection, we're going to start things off with Mystic Moon Oracle's deck. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Gemini. What else do we need to know here? What Spirit needs you to know about this connection that you're focused on for this reading? We have commitment. All right. I'm feeling it's coming up first because it could be a challenge, and especially those of you guys who are in separation and not together. Maybe you are dealing with someone who wasn't ready to commit. And this could, of course, be you as well, Gemini, if that's not what you were looking for or you weren't ready. All right, and then we've got Purge coming through here. This to me is one of those cards where, you know, it's all about cleansing and purging things out of your life that no longer deserve to be there or need to be a part of your life. And part of this purging, especially for the divine masculine, might actually be what's needed in order to restore stability and comfort and this foundation that this masculine is wanting to work through, but maybe struggling in that area. And part of the energy too that I'm picking up is that because this masculine needs to put effort towards these areas, maybe that's why they weren't ready to commit at that time. Okay, so right now you guys are stuck. This is the energy that's presenting itself because this masculine more than likely is unable to create any sort of movement towards perhaps commitment, or for you guys to share a home together, or to stabilize the relationship. And here we are with release, okay? Release and purge. This to me is kind of picking up off of the need to clean house in our lives. You know, if it's been a little bit chaotic for you, Gemini, if this is something that your person is dealing with, that's why you guys are stuck. Because there's work that needs to be done here. There's some house cleaning, so to speak, that needs to happen here. For both of you, I feel it doesn't just fall on one person. It doesn't just fall on the masculine to be able to do this work. It takes both of you guys to be able to get this situation out of this stuck mode. We have somebody who's going in a new direction. We do have a female figure in this photo. So it could be the feminine who has decided to go in a new direction, and perhaps this divine masculine is feeling stuck, unable to create movement because more than likely this masculine is having to put in all this effort on his own without the help of the feminine. That might apply to some of you. And then we've got this return card, okay? I'm just feeling that it's the divine masculine, certainly, who wants the feminine to return. That's what I'm picking up off of that. And then we've got self-worth. It could be that when you guys went in a separation or whatever challenges you guys are dealing with at this point in time, somebody hasn't been able to love themselves, to take care of themselves, to be confident in where they're at in their life, affecting their self-worth, their self-esteem, self-confidence. We have mirroring coming through here. This is one of my twin flame cards in this deck. So you guys are maybe on the same page or feeling the same way without even realizing this. And then we have nostalgia, okay? So you're feeling very nostalgic about this person, Gemini. You're remembering perhaps the happy memories that you guys have shared, especially if this does end up being a twin flame connection. You know, this person made an impact on you. They, I feel, have imprinted on your heart, and regardless of where you guys are at right now, you're missing this person. You're thinking about them. But in the meantime, work on purging and releasing. This is work here. This is homework right here for you, Gemini. And in the meantime, somebody has detached. Somebody has decided to go in a new direction, and whoever was left behind wants that person to come back. That's what's coming through. Okay, so let's add to this, guys, with some additional guidance from the Divine Love Soul Connections deck. This is another deck by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. All right, so let's see where else this is going to go for you, Gemini, for your bonus reading. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the first half of October for Gemini. What else does Spirit need you to know about this connection? What we do know right now is there's this stuck energy. There's not a whole lot of movement, especially for the Divine Masculine. I feel my masculines are just trying to survive, you know, just trying to handle whatever life hands you on a day-to-day basis. Growth over time. All right, so maybe things aren't moving right now. There's not a whole lot going on, but give it some time here and see how this all develops. And there's still a potential for growth here between the two of you. And then we've got sheltered off coming through here. What I'm also feeling for some of you is you live together, okay? Because we've got that reference to the foundation, stability, comfort, and home. And to me, shelter, you know, a home that you guys have shared together, that's just what I'm picking up here. And something to do with the home and purging something out of it. There's either somebody moved out, which I feel that could have certainly been the case for some of you guys, or just getting rid of things that no longer need to occupy space in your home is what I'm feeling from that. I'm also feeling for some of you that if you guys went your separate ways and had to move out of a home that you shared, you had to take care of yourself, Gemini. Somebody else had to take care of themselves. Parting of the ways, which is why there's this stuck energy to bring it back together. So for some of you guys, what you're left with are the memories, but certainly still wanting this person back in your life. And then we've got yearning for a change. But the thing is, change cannot come when you guys are stuck. So this can be a bit of that Two of Swords type vibe, you know, where there's a stalemate and there's not a whole lot of movement going on. But look at this. I have a crush on you. They're still crushing on you, Gemini. Or you still have a crush on them. Maybe you guys are missing those times that you have shared together, quality time and bonding, and it's falling right below new direction. So clearly this is something that you're missing with your person. Something as simple as just sitting down and having coffee together and holding hands. That's what's coming through here, you know. And this person has an engagement ring. So some of you guys might have been engaged. Some of you guys might have lived together. And you're missing those mornings, perhaps, where you guys would just sit there and talk and bond and have coffee together and just starting your day off that way. And when somebody detached and went in a different direction, there's perhaps this emptiness that they've left behind, you know? And then we've got fascinated in love. That's falling right below return. I'm picking that up for my divine masculines here, that my masculines are still very deeply in love with the feminine. Despite where you guys are at, the admiration is still here from this masculine. Admiring the feminine perhaps from a distance. Let's grab a couple more to even this out. What else, please, for Gemini for this bonus reading for the first half of October? Beautiful. We have happiness. And I mean, to me, that's the energy of the sun. And the sun in tarot is the most positive card, which ultimately represents happiness. The two of you can possibly bring this back, you know, with effort and over time, bringing things back together. Clearly, they want you back. They want you to return. They miss you. They still have a crush on you. They miss those times when you guys were bonding and just spending time together and sharing a home together. And then we've got this card, in the feels, feeling blues. Okay, so somebody's feeling very blue because you guys are in separation. You both could certainly be feeling this way. I just feel it more so for the divine masculine, since that is the card that came through for our focus message here. All right, so let's add some tarot to this, Gemini. This is the Pining Rose Tarot by Calico Moon. Angels and spirit guides for Gemini for this bonus reading, first half of October. What else do we need to know here when it comes to this connection? Can you guys bring it back together? Angels and spirit guides, what else do we need to know here? What else? What else? We've got the King of Wands coming through. Okay, so perhaps your person is a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. This represents the divine masculine here for some of you guys, okay? A strong and confident man, a natural leader. They could be an entrepreneur also. The King of Wands is a true leader. They lead from the heart. They inspire others to do more, to dream bigger, to be better. And perhaps, my feminines, your masculine certainly inspired you in this way. But clearly, there is an issue that's coming through in this connection because you guys are not together. There's this need for change. There's this need to purge and release. Perhaps what needs to be purged and released here is what brought you guys into separation to begin with. Whatever is tied into the past and whatever created the separation, that needs to be released in order to move forward. Which I kind of feel has to do with this Ten of Wands, okay? So more fire energy coming through here. The Ten of Wands is all about those heavy burdens that we carry. And it's time perhaps to lay it down so that you guys can lighten the load of what it is that you're carrying, so you can focus on reconnecting with your person and not carrying forward the challenges and issues that you guys dealt with in the past. Maybe that's what's keeping you guys stuck, because you're stuck in the past of what happened. We do have the Four of Cups coming through here. Missed opportunities. So what I'm feeling here is perhaps there will be a window of opportunity to reconcile, to create movement, to come back together. But if nobody takes any sort of action to create movement, then, you know, it's like missing the train. It's like, here it is. It's time to get on the train for you guys to travel to the destination of being with your person. But if nobody actually gets on that train, then it's bye-bye opportunity, you know? And then we've got the Ace of Cups coming through here. So some of you guys are dealing with a water sign here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is a new love that's possible, certainly for some of you guys who have gone in a new direction, moving on to a new relationship perhaps, but here's somebody who wants you to return. Or this is you, Gemini, wanting your person to return. But it can also be indicative of a new beginning. But it's very important to tap into that energy of self-love first, to be able to fill your own cup of love first. It starts with you. You love yourself first to bring about this new beginning when it comes to this connection, so that you can find the love that you're looking for outside of yourself, you know? And then we've got the Eight of Cups here. So again, somebody has walked away perhaps from you, Gemini, or you walked away from them. It could go either way. But what I'm feeling here is it's the feminine that walked away from the divine masculine. That's what's coming through here. And then we've got the Seven of Pentacles. Some of you guys are dealing with an earth sign here, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. This is all about investments, hard work, paying off, and growth, you know? And so if you guys are able to put in the work to fix what's broken here, then perhaps you guys can fix it. The Seven of Pentacles too is about waiting, just to wait and see how life unfolds, how time is going to create growth here in this relationship. That's why we started off with this message, growth over time. But, you know, Nine of Swords, this is your own energy here. Gemini, you might be losing sleep over this. This is tapped into anxiety, insomnia, nightmares, fears. Okay? And we have the Queen of Pentacles coming through. So perhaps this masculine is focused on this queen who is representing earth energy again, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. This is somebody who's very nurturing. This person could have had children. You guys could have had children together, or they could have already had children from previous relationships. But this particular feminine can take care of herself. She is someone who's coming through as a domesticated woman, a financial provider for her first self, her family. She can stand on her own 2 feet, okay? Perhaps this masculine didn't realize this at the time. Or once you guys went your separate ways, it could have been this feminine who was able to create movement and change in her own life to be able to stand on her own 2 feet, to be able to provide for herself. And then we've got the Ace of Wands that's coming through here. More fire, okay? New creative inspiration, potential, growth, and action. The Ace of Wands picking up off of more fire energy. So, you know, we've got quite a few signs represented here for some of you guys. So the Ace of Wands is what inspires you, going after what it is that you desire or who it is that you desire, Gemini. For some of you guys, perhaps the movement, the decision to create movement falls on your lap, to have a new beginning with your person. Especially, again, my divine masculines. If you want to be with this queen, then you're going to have to step up and get on the train. Don't miss that opportunity, you know, because we've got the king and the queen coming through here. And ultimately, you guys can reunite if somebody creates movement to bring this back together. It certainly is possible. All right, so let's add to this, guys. Let's see where else this is going to go. But we've got purge, we've got release, we've got laying down heavy burdens. That needs to happen, and you need to be able to fill your own cup of love, Gemini. Self-love, focusing on you, and your person needs to do the same thing. All right, so let's add to this with some messages from the Journey of Love, Volume 1 and 2. I did combine both of these decks, so let's take a look and see what presents itself here for you, Gemini, for this bonus. Oh my gosh. Number 2, marry me. Wifey material, fulfillment. So this divine masculine definitely sees the feminine as wifey material. Ready to commit, perhaps. There we are, commitment. We have number 6, fated. I'm sure this was all meant to be. So the direction that this relationship has gone, it couldn't be avoided. You guys were meant to travel down this road, including the difficult moments of your connection, but you guys were destined to meet in this lifetime, and possibly meant to be in this lifetime. We have number 10 coming through here. 10s represent completion in tarot. Okay, so maybe there's a cycle that needs to come to completion here. And this card says, I know we can do it. Wholeness. You guys can be whole again. Perhaps right now you are 2 individuals who are fragmented in your own individual lives, and you guys can come back together to create this whole unit of a relationship rather than 2 people in separation. We have, I've been watching you, okay? So maybe, Gemini, they're keeping tabs on you, or you're keeping tabs on them, and there's this jealous energy attached to this card. So some of you guys might be observing somebody who has detached, who has moved on, went in a new direction, might be with somebody else at this point. This doesn't apply to everyone. This is for some of you. And perhaps, Gemini, you're watching all this unfold and you're jealous, okay? So obviously it takes 2 people to create a reconciliation and a reunion and a return. So in order for that to happen, for some of you guys, whoever has moved on to another connection, they have to detach from that. Otherwise, we're entering into third-party zone here. And ultimately, I don't think that that's what you're looking for. And then we've got partnership coming through. Number 2. We've got 2 number 2s coming through here. It's always been you. It's always been you, and perhaps you guys feel the same way. You know, it's always been this connection that has meant the world to you, that has meant the world to them. You have both made this huge impact in each other's lives, in each other's hearts. All right, so let's continue. Let's go ahead and grab some insight from the Sugar and Spice Oracle. A little naughty, a little nice. I definitely had a lot of fun creating this deck. Half the time I was starving, just based off of all the food that is represented in this deck. All right, so Gemini, let's take a look and see what else needs to come forward. What else does Spirit need you to know about your connection for this bonus reading? So change is definitely needed in order to move forward from where you guys are at. Blackberries. This amazing bond we share is high on vitamin A, C, and K, affection, chemistry, and kisses. Okay, so it's still here. The chemistry between the two of you guys, there's something about the love and affection that you had once shared and how you guys had those intimate moments, and something about the kisses that were shared here. We have Sage. Okay. I can't eat. I can't sleep. It's been a difficult journey, but I know it's time to let go, time to heal from this heartbreak, time to cleanse myself of the pain. Walking away from you was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but it's time. It's time. All right, so we do have new direction. We already know that somebody did walk away from this relationship because they felt that it was time to do so. So for some of you guys, this is definitely part of the relationship that needs healing. We also have Scotch bonnet coming through. I knew I shouldn't have crossed the line. I knew this intense heat and passion between us would get my ass in trouble, but you were so worth the burn. All right, so there was a line that was crossed here. So what I kind of feel from this is what ultimately created separation between the two of you. For some of you, this does not apply to everyone, is that line that was crossed developed into a third-party situation. Okay, that's what's coming through for me with that. And then we have marshmallows coming through. Also, I feel like I'm on cloud 9 when I'm with you. I love your sense of humor, our lighthearted conversations, your pillowy lips, and tasty kisses. There's, again, that reference to kissing. Your love makes me feel like I'm floating on air. You have the sweetest smile that brightens up my day and night. Okay, and there's that reference to air, which of course, Gemini, you are an air sign. I feel like grabbing a couple more here. What else, please, angels and spirit guides, for Gemini? I'm feeling this one. Okay, 2. We've got grapes. Our love is like fine wine. It's only gotten better with time. Let's drink to forever. And growth over time is coming through here. And I feel that's exactly what's needed for you guys to enjoy forever in this relationship. I feel more time is needed, certainly towards healing and to get you guys unstuck for those who are stuck. And then we have strawberries coming through. Grab the whipped cream and champagne and let's explore every inch of each other tonight. So the sexual connection that you guys have had, those intimate moments, and the sexual chemistry reflected here for sure. That's still here. Okay, and also strawberries, grapes, marshmallows, hot foods, spicy foods. Somebody might really enjoy using sage in their cooking, and blackberries. You know, if any of these play a role in the connection, if that spikes someone's interest here when it comes to any of that, then certainly, you know, take it if it does. All right, so let's add to this, guys, with some additional messages from the Heart and Soul Love Oracle. Let's take a look and see what else you need to know. What else does Spirit need you to know at this time? So this hasn't been easy by any means, Gemini. You guys have definitely hit some roadblocks here on the road to happiness. And some of you guys are coming through as twin flames, that mirroring energy. But there's certainly this desire to want to bring this back together. For some of you, your person wants to marry you. They see a future with you. You are their ideal mate, their partner, and they want to bring that back. But is it possible? Okay, let's see. We've got peace coming through. I just want to feel peace in my heart, but that's never going to happen as long as we're apart. I know we had to let each other go due to circumstances beyond our control, but I will never stop wanting you. Please don't stop hoping that someday we can find our way back to each other. You are my serenity. And I mean, it's totally possible for some of you guys. I just feel, just based off of what's coming through here, we have a couple of scenarios that are presenting itself. There are those of you who have gone in a new direction and moved on to other people. And that certainly is your choice. Because I see somebody here, you know, I've been watching you, they're jealous. Okay, so either you're the jealous one or they're jealous of somebody that you're with. It could go either way. And then we've got the past, you know, and that says bye. This was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, to leave the past behind, to move on. The past is where you and I were, where the good memories live, where my dreams of us fell apart. Our time together is over and I need to find the strength to just say it. Goodbye. Okay, so that is a reality for some of you guys. And remember, with this message from the Sage card, you know, somebody definitely losing sleep over this, can't eat, can't sleep, and walking away from you was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but it's time. So that certainly applies to some of you guys, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. You know, it still is something that is very painful, I feel, for some of you guys. We also have cleanse coming through here. Mistakes in love, it's a part of growing, okay? Growth over time, learning from this experience of whatever these mistakes are. Living, loving, we don't always make the best decisions. We cross boundaries and go after those that are not meant for us or are good for us. We get our hands dirty. Through gained wisdom, time, and owning up to those mistakes, we create change. You see? Yearning for a change, that's why you guys are stuck, because it's not enough to yearn for the changes. There needs to be action here to implement those changes. And as this card is referencing crossed boundaries, remember, we have the Scotch bonnet message. I knew I shouldn't have crossed the line. I knew this intense heat and passion between us would get my ass in trouble. Okay, so a boundary was crossed. That created a third party for some of you guys. That's just the reality of it for some of you, unfortunately. And it's a done deal. Some of you guys, it is a done deal. But there are those of you that will be given the opportunity to reconnect with your person in time, okay? All right. And then we have alone coming through here. We spend so much time trying to find that ideal partner, our soulmate. We forget to throw that energy into ourselves, to find love within yourself first before you can find that love elsewhere. It will find you once you can spend time alone and get to a place where you enjoy spending time with you. Exactly. Okay. And where is that card? That's exactly why we've got the Ace of Cups. These two go hand in hand. Okay. It's self-love, being able to love yourself enough to enjoy your own company. And the universe knows what it's doing. It's going to bring you that next chapter of your life, either a reconnection or a new love when you're ready. When you're ready for that journey to begin. And then we've got ascension coming through. We've hit rock bottom. We have nowhere to go but up. We've already been through the storm, the hard times, the gut-wrenching conversations. The reality of this is that we still love each other. Exactly. And that has come forward here. Let's get back into our divine alignment. I'm ready to experience the highest level of unconditional love with you. Let's do this. You guys can have this. For those of you who are interested in that ascension with your person, you can absolutely have this, Gemini. But it takes two people, okay? Not one. And lastly, we have the unexpected. There's something about flowers that just pulls at our heartstrings. Birthdays, anniversaries, special occasions. But the best flowers are the unexpected ones. The flowers that make you feel extra loved on an ordinary day, when your special someone takes time to let you know you are loved. Okay? So there's something that has to do with flowers here, Gemini. Perhaps you received them unexpectedly or you gave them unexpectedly. So if that applies, that is coming through here. All right? So we've got some messages here that's tied into both scenarios, really. Those of you who know that it's over and those of you who are willing to give this another chance. All right, guys. So we're going to grab some dialogue messages from the Soul Whispers deck. This is by Bridget Rao of Divine Essentials. So some of these messages could be coming from you, Gemini, and some of these messages from your person. Who needs to speak up here? Is it you? Is it them? I love your mind. Okay? There's something perhaps about the way your person thinks, just the way they operate, who they are in their mind space. Maybe they're really smart, they're brilliant, you know. You love this about this person. And maybe you guys really enjoy those intellectual type conversations also. And you just love the way they think. I want to see you in my bed. Okay, so those intimate moments. Wanting to have those moments again, the passion certainly is reflected here. Look at this. I'm so afraid I will lose you to someone. Okay. And for some of you guys, unfortunately, that is a reality that someone has moved on to somebody else and that they're with someone else. That's why we've got this energy of jealousy that's presenting itself. We also have, why is this so hard? You know, this hasn't been an easy journey. By any means. It's been difficult. I'm working on my issues, okay? That's a good thing. That is a very good thing because it's needed. This purging, releasing, working on these issues. So if that's what's going to help heal this situation for those of you who are at the end of the road, perhaps it isn't. Maybe it's not the end. It might feel like it because you guys aren't together. And yes, you guys have had to walk away from one another perhaps, or whoever did the walking away, it might have felt like that's truly it, it's over, but maybe it isn't. Everybody's got their own free will, you know, and people certainly have the prerogative to change their minds. We have You're My World. They're coming through here, Gemini, letting you know this, or certainly this is you letting them know. And there are those of you who just need a little bit more time to be able to create change in your lives, to create movement towards bringing this back together. And we have thank you for being you. Thank you for being who you are. Don't change a thing. And perhaps you're being also very grateful to this person for just being who they are. Because you love them. You love them for exactly who they represent in your heart. And let's grab a couple more. Nobody comes close. All right. So what I'm feeling here is though, even though somebody has moved on to another connection, another relationship, it still doesn't match up to what you guys had. It doesn't. Okay. Nobody comes close to the type of bond and connection that you share with this person. I admire you, okay? We already know that because that came through from this card, admiring, and perhaps you're both admiring one another still caring very much for each other, okay? So that's represented here through the dialogue messages. Oops, sorry about that. I just nudged my little card holder there. All right, so let's close this out, guys. But that's what's coming through from the dialogue messages from that deck. So we're going to close this out with some final guidance from your spirit guides here. Let me grab this deck here. Hold on one second, sorry. All right, this is the Universal Heart Oracle by my soul sister, Angelic Revelation 144. So let's see what the messages are here for you, Gemini. This doesn't always pertain to love and romance, but this is some guidance that the angels want to leave you with. Your spirit guides, your angels. All right, for Gemini, some final messages for Gemini for this bonus reading. Welcome surprises will be coming into your reality soon. Spirit has seen your struggles and wants to reward you for your dedication to your spiritual path. Many destined changes will now occur. These changes are divinely designed to bless you and put you on the correct path. Perfect. Because right here we've got yearning for a change. That's exactly what needs to happen. Somebody needs to take action. Perhaps you do, perhaps your person does, both of you, in order to get you guys unstuck. Okay? To create movement towards bringing this back together. We also have, there will be new opportunities emerging in your life, which motivate and inspire you to embark on a dream project. Take the time to meditate and create a strategy to ensure success by doing the groundwork and laying the foundations, as this will help you to stay the course and be motivated. That's awesome, considering this was one of the focus messages for 4/4 foundations. All right, so perhaps this is Spirit's way of letting you know, Gemini, that if this is something that you've been working through, they're going to help you with that. And these new opportunities will present itself to you when the time is right. All right, and one last message. Spirit wants to tell you that you are divinely supported during this transformative stage within your life. The future may seem uncertain at this time, and this can feel unsettling. We want to reassure you that the current upheaval is necessary to bring change, clarity, and awareness to the path you should follow. Opportunities will emerge soon, bringing you the breakthrough you have been waiting for. You have asked for your life to be taken in an exciting new direction, and your prayers will soon be answered. There you go. And for some of you guys, that new direction will lead you back towards your person. You're being divinely supported at this time. So there's a lot of references here to change, and it's needed because the old way of how you guys were interacting, it wasn't working. There needs to be change in order to create movement to break you guys free from this energy of being stuck. Okay, so that's what's coming through here, guys. I do hope whatever part of this reading made sense for you, that it offered you advice that could help you out at this time. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below. Thank you guys so very much. I will see you next time.